Hey, you horror-loving freaks. This is Eric Bindle. You may know me from the Horrorholics or Home Video Holocaust. But right now, what's most important is that you are watching Mr. Tony of the Dead. Cheers.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. And this one's going to be on Benny Loves You. This is from Dread Central Presents, and it's directed by Karl Holt. This movie's about this guy named Jack who lives with his parents. He's in his late 30s, and things, aren't going his way. He works for this toy company that he designs toys, but, there's this another guy at work that, is just a jerk and always getting one up on him. And he decides he should grow up. And one day on his 35th birthday, his parents actually accidentally die. So he inherits the house and everything. And then he's going to decide to grow up, get rid of all of his childhood toys and everything like that. So he puts all this in storage and puts it in the basement. And his childhood doll that he grew up with named Benny, all of a sudden becomes alive, and he decides to go after anybody who is giving Jack problems. Movie came out in 2021, but I believe they started talking about it and getting in production since like 2014. So this movie has been, in production for a while. And Benny, the doll looks just like that, and it runs around, it has a knife, it does all kind of crazy things. It's hard to tell where it's CGI'd and where it's not. It's kind of like strange. It kind of looks like a green screen. Not really a green screen. I shouldn't say that because it like the doll like hops around. It doesn't like all of a sudden become realistic looking and walk around. It's like just like somebody taking a doll and like doing like that with it, as it, like do like that, taking it and walking its legs. It's just like popping around. It's not like it walks like this or anything, but he basically goes after anybody that like Jack doesn't like or is pissing Jack off, or anybody that Jack might have feelings for and might love them more than Benny. I gotta be honest, Benny is annoying as fuck because he only says a few things. He says like Benny loves you, okie dokie, wowie, and like a couple other things, because that's all he's programmed to do. Like when he was originally just a doll, and he says it so much, like he says this shit so much, it gets annoying after a while. I gotta tell you, it really, really does. Being that they're toy makers and that, I would think maybe they could have gone in and gave him an updated voice box so that since Jack eventually knows he's alive, he's trying to tell him like, don't do anything, don't kill anybody, that's not what we do, be good and all that kind of stuff. And I think they could have gone in and opened him up and made a different voice box so he can communicate with him better, since like he makes toys. But they didn't do that. I think that could have been a good thing, but because he really got on my nerves, like Benny. And there's no like facial expressions or anything, so he just looks like that all the time, like staring at you. It's creepy, but I don't know. And the weird thing is, in the beginning there was a little girl who had this like doll, and she was a bitch. This little girl was a bitch. It was her birthday, and her mother, I guess she was a single mom, and this little girl like was such a little bitch. And she's like, I want my toy, I want my whatever the doll's name was. And she had this bear, and she took the bear, and she's like, I don't like him anymore, and threw him in like the toy box. And then it doesn't say like why, or you never find out why this is happening. It just happens. Like she threw it in the box, and like all this smoke comes out, and then the bear comes alive and wants to kill the little girl for getting rid of him and all that. And the mother can't stand the little girl. She thinks she's just being a bitch and that. And what happens, obviously, at the very beginning, the little girl, she gets killed. But I really don't like seeing that. As much as the little girl's a little asshole and everything, like, I don't like seeing kids get killed. And, it is what it is, I guess. But I don't like seeing that. but it's just like the start of the movie. It's like, oh, okay, that happened to her, and then later on, the same thing happened with Benny. It doesn't say what's causing this, why it's happening. It just kind of like a warning, like don't get rid of your toys because you never know, they might come back and kill you, kind of thing. So that's what happened with Benny and with that doll. The movie had some cool, gore to it. Some cool practical effects. Again, Benny looked kind of cool, hopping around and everything, kind of neat. Even though I said he was very fucking annoying. But not only was he annoying with his voice, it just he would not listen, and it just drove me crazy. Um, Funny characters in here. Jack's boss was like this really weird guy who was all about his dog Precious, little pug dog, and there's the guy at work. His name was Richard, but he's pronounced it like French, like Richard or something like that. And he was supposed to be a jerk, and he was. But everybody was kind of likable, to be honest. In this, I think Jack was a big wimp, like pretty much a big wimp throughout the whole movie. Like he's, I just wanted to smack him sometimes. But I mean, all in all, the movie was okay. I don't know, if I guess I was just so excited for this that I was hyped up for it, and I was like at this level. And then when I saw it, I was like, that was pretty good. Like I liked it. I thought it was kind of neat. I liked how they did it and everything. It worked out well. It's kind of like a cross between like Chucky and Gremlins kind of thing. Of course, it does have like a comedic aspect to it as well. It's not like over the top comedy or anything, or like Naked Gun kind of comedy, but there's times where you're gonna laugh and stuff like that. Um, Benny just causes all this trouble, like I said, various ways of killing people. There's a scene where he's in the building, and there's like the staff that are in this like kitchen, or I mean like a lunchroom, and that's a pretty cool scene. Like there's it's a lot. The scenes with him are pretty cool, and then like the end finale is like you don't really see it coming. It's like pretty crazy what happens. I'm not gonna say anything what happens, but the ending was cool, and then the very end, it was okay. I kind of wish it ended a different way. I don't know why. And again, I can't say what happens, but the ending was okay. I think the pre-ending was better, but whatever. But yeah, on here you got filmmakers commentary, deleted scenes of commentary, and the behind the scenes and stuff like that. But the behind the scenes is like an hour and a half long, so it's like as long as the movie. The movie is 94 minutes, so it's almost as long as the movie. You got the behind the scenes documentary all the way back to like 2014, where they're sitting at the reading at the table and everything with the actors, and stuff like that. And it's funny how like Jack, like his parents were like really nice people. They were setting up a surprise birthday party for him, and something happened, they die, and then he inherits the house, and it's like 10 months later or something like that, and like the house is just like a mess, and things are cobwebs and just gross, growing mold and stuff like that. It's like this guy was obviously babied. Like he was like, I mean, he's living at home. He was 35 years old, and he's living at home, yet they obviously like just didn't care if he ever left the house, and he was babied, and he didn't know how to clean a house, I guess. But interesting look at this. It's like it made me think too, like all these like these kind of things, like what if your toys were alive, like the things they've seen, you don't want them to tell anybody, and then like what if you treated your dolls or your action figures or whatever wrong, like I'm gonna throw it out, I don't want it anymore, and then they come back to kill you. It's kind of crazy to think of like that, but hopefully that it would never happen, like a Toy Story kind of thing. Hopefully you treat your dolls and action figures and all that with some respect. I guess it would be different if you sold them or gave them to somebody else, like, okay, here, now it's your turn, kind of like a Toy Story 3 kind of thing. But if you just threw them out, who knows? So be nice to your toys. Play nice, as Woody would say. This is also not rated, but this is obviously like rated R. I don't believe there was any nudity in this at all, so there's that. I think if they did make a sequel, they'd have to introduce like a a girl Benny doll or something like that. I don't know. There's workings for a sequel. That's all I could say. But yeah, I mean, it looked good. It sounded good. It had the feel of a low budget movie, um, like a higher budget, low budget one. You know, one that got a lot of money. Which I'm not saying that's bad or anything, because it was, looked and sounded good, like I said. And I watched with headphones on, and the headphones, it's, everything was perfect, sounded perfect. Captions were good too. I watch with captions. I got in such a habit of doing that I just do it no matter what. Plus I have kids, so I can't ever hear the TV half the time, so I have to read. So it's just a habit of keeping the captions on. But I kind of like that anyway. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably worth a watch. I enjoyed it. To be honest, I'm not sure how much I would watch it, like how many times I'd watch it. Like I don't want to watch it right afterwards. I always say that I wouldn't watch it right after I stop watching it. But down the line, I'd probably put it in again and check it out. Pretty cool. The one thing that sucks is that there was a promotional box that some people got and some people didn't, and I didn't. And in that box was a fucking Benny doll, and it actually talked and everything. And unfortunately, I wasn't one of the ones that was on the list to get one, which I am going to say I think it's kind of bullshit that I got overlooked. But then some people that have hardly any followers or subscribers got a box. I could have promoted the shit out of that thing, and it's your loss, Dread Central. You should have sent me that box, but they sent me this over at least. So I'm glad I got to see the movie, and I liked it. Wasn't blown away like I thought it was going to be, but again, I think I set the bar too high. So it was like, it was pretty good, not bad, worth a watch. I think a lot of people would enjoy it. It's not a serious movie. It's got some gore, got some blood, got some CGI'd blood, but it's not like terrible looking. They did it. I think they did a good job with the special effects, and especially making Benny react to things and hopping around and stuff. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking how they did it. And this is number 33, if you're following those. And the Blu-ray is all region, anybody could watch it. And then you have the slip cover here, and on the other side is this cover, which now looking at it, I kind of like that one more. This one's cool and all, but I like that. That looks creepier. I kind of like that one a lot. And it has like, the cool retro looking look to it. And down here, Dread. That's really cool. And the like, the horror sticker and stuff like that. And it's like worn on the sides. I actually like that a lot better than this side. So I think I'm going to reverse it to this one. But I mean, both are fine, but this is the winner for me. And there you have it. I switched it around. Definitely a lot cooler looking. I really like that a lot. Very creepy. Very creepy. But yeah, I'd say check the movie out. It's worth a watch. And if you've seen this, let me know what you thought. If you're going to watch it, let me know what you thought after you watched it. And that's all I'm going to say. But like I always say, give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. I have a merch store now, so go ahead and check that out. Pick out a t-shirt, all that kind of stuff. Most of the money goes toward me and my channel, so you'll be really helping me out. Also, there's a applaud button down there, so you can send me donations. It's all up to you, but it's down there if you would like to. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I'll put a link below where you can go and purchase the movie if you're interested. And also, I'll put a trailer below. But also, like I always say, proceed with caution. The trailer may contain spoilers. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.